let's get started. For this activity, you're going to need 2 medium-sized styrofoam balls. You will need a mask, individually wrapped. You'll need 1 plastic vial, a large one. And in this vial, you need to place 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You'll need a small cold syrup cup. From the previous activity, you should have half of the green food coloring solution left. We're going to use this for our activity here. You'll need 1 paper clip. You'll need a new plastic spoon. And lastly, you need a 1 milliliter syringe. Okay, so first we're going to make the Corona solution again. You're going to take the oil, and you're going to pour the entire thing into the small cold syrup cup. You're going to take the small vial with the green food coloring. You're going to pour the remainder into the cold syrup cup. You're going to take the spoon and you're going to mix it thoroughly like before until you see green bubbles form between the oil and the food coloring. Okay, that looks great. Okay, and now with your syringe, you're going to take 1 milliliter fully of the solution, and this we'll use for activity. Okay, so now for the second part of this activity, you're going to take the paper clip. Okay, and you're going to take your mask. You're going to put the paper clip on the ear tab of the mask and attach it to both ear tabs. Okay, so now you're going to put the mask on one of the styrofoam balls. Okay. Okay. So, in this activity, we have 2 people, and these people are represented by the styrofoam balls. For instance, let's say Sally is the one wearing the mask, and Bobby is not wearing a mask. Now we're going to pose some scenarios here. The first scenario is both Sally and Bobby aren't socially distancing, and Bobby becomes ill. So we're going to take our syringe, and we're going to illustrate Bobby coughing, and in his coughs are the viral droplets, and we're going to squirt. Okay, so what we're going to look at here is if the mask actually protected Sally. Now we're going to take the mask off. And as you can see, Sally is not affected. So, I'm going to pose a question for you here. How did the mask prevent Sally from being affected? Okay, so in the second scenario, we're going to have both Bobby and Sally socially distanced. We're going to do the exact same thing before. Bobby is coughing and he's sick, and we're going to see how Sally's affected. Okay, so in this scenario, you can see that Sally wasn't even in contact with the droplets and Bobby's cough. So we're going to take a few seconds here and we're going to pause, and I pose this question to you. So in this case, was Sally affected? So in this scenario, our third one, Sally is going to be sick. So what we're going to do is take our syringe and we're going to place it in the mask, and Sally's coughing as well. But we're going to see how the mask prevents any of her droplets from her cough with a viral particle in it from going on to Bobby. So let's see here. Okay, let's see. So let's pause and take a second here. Can you explain to me what happened and why? Okay, so let's revisit the questions that I previously asked. So in scenario 1, Sally is wearing her mask, and when Bobby coughs, the mask protects Sally by filtering the droplets with the viral particles on the outside when she breathes in. And masks work by filtering both when the person inhales and exhales. In the second scenario, when Bobby and Sally are 2 meters apart, when Bobby coughs, the viral particles attached in the droplets are floating in the space between Sally and Bobby. And as a result, Sally doesn't get bathed or doesn't come in contact with the particles because of social distancing. In the last scenario, when Sally is sick and she's wearing a mask, her mask works both directions. So it filters the viral particles when she coughs. And as you take the mask down, you can see that Sally, definitely she was sick, but none of those particles came through and affected Bobby. So, in scenario 1, Sally was protecting Bobby by wearing a mask, but Bobby was not protecting Sally, because Sally could still infect herself if she doesn't remove her mask properly. So the last part of this activity, we're going to show you how to properly remove your mask without infecting yourself. So Sally will need to take her mask off by removing it from the earlobes. Once she does that, she needs to place it face down on a surface. If she's going to reuse it, she's going to take it up from the earlobes and put it back on. If she does touch the front, she should hand sanitize right away. Because if she touches the front and she doesn't hand sanitize those particles, she can then infect herself with those viral droplets if she doesn't wash her hands properly. That's it for the activity.